Welcome, everybody, to Rapid Fire! Fernando, Ramirez, Gilbert, Manzano. Gilbert, there are only two teams in the whole NFL that are undefeated. They're both in the NFC. They both do not like each other. They have a beef from last year. It is looking down like it might come down to the 49ers versus the Eagles, but we'll get into all that. We got Vic, the producer, on the mic asking us the questions. Vic, thank you so much for jumping back on with us.
Thank you guys for having me. We're gonna start right with the two top teams in the NFL right now. The Eagles and 49ers are the last two undefeated teams in the NFL at 5-0. Which one are you taking right now to represent the NFC in the Super Bowl?
Gilbert, who is going to the NFL, Brock Purdy or Jalen Hurts?
Ooh, going to NFL Super Bowl, NFC title game. Yeah, and by the way, Victor threw me out. He said they're the last what? These teams aren't last, but they are last to be undefeated, 5-0. And I don't know if I'll surprise you here, Fernando, but I was gonna say Fernando 49ers, but that is my pick. 49ers. They are 5-0, like we mentioned, and they're loaded. And I think the difference would be Brock Purdy staying healthy in this game, having that throwing arm ready to go, and it's not because of what happened last year. I think even Brock Purdy played, they still would have lost to the Eagles. But Brock Purdy is so much better from his rookie year, 7th round pick. I still can't believe it, but he's balling out, doing so well with Ayuk, Deebo Samuel. That team is committed. They're determined to win a Super Bowl. They'll get it done, I think, this year and beat the Eagles on their way to the Super Bowl.
The Eagles have unfinished business, Gilbert. They lost the Super Bowl last year. They thought unfairly. They hear all the smoke that the 49ers are talking. They're not happy about that either. I think fly, Eagles fly. I think Jalen Hurts. Yeah, he's made some mistakes, but I think he's playing well. I think A.J. Brown, Devonta Smith are one of the best duos in the NFL. That defensive line, Gilbert, we all ask, how are they going to be able to fix that defensive line? Jalen Carter, they have Davis. They have all these. They still have Fletcher Cox. They still have Brandon Graham. They still have a plethora of defensive linemen there. I know their secondaries are banged up, but like I said, I predict that the Eagles will make a move before the trade. Ooh, Patrick Surtain to the Eagles. Him and big Darius. My bad, Slay. That would be definitely interesting. Make sure you guys go check out that video with Gilbert telling a story about Darius Slay, sorry. But yeah, I'm going to go fly, Eagles fly until you can knock them off from them going last year. I don't think the 49ers can do it. I think they have a good team, but I just think that the Eagles are the superior team here, and I think they will be heading back to the Super Bowl.
I'm going to go with Gilbert on this one with the 49ers. The reason I'm going with this, after seeing what the Eagles did against the Rams, they have trouble in the red zone, which is a concerning, and that secondary, you can exploit that secondary as well. So I'm going to go with the 49ers and Gilbert for this point. All right, guys, moving on to the next one, which has to do with Brock Purdy and Tua Tagovailoa. So through 5 games, they are top 3 in the league in accuracy, passer rating, touchdown to interception ratio, yards per attempt, passing yards, and margin of victory. Which one is more important to its team success, Tua or Brock Purdy?
Gilbert, Vic is right. Brock Purdy, Tua, they're top 3 in a lot of categories. Who you got? Who's more important to their respective team?
Yeah, for a second I thought you guys were going to ask me who's the MVP right now. I'm like, Tua and Brock Purdy as the MVP candidates. Whoa, that's a question, but we're kind of close there with the question. And Fernando, I've seen the 49ers do well with you at quarterback or me at quarterback. So I think Tua is a little more important. Not to take anything away from Brock Purdy. I like Brock Purdy. He makes him a legit Super Bowl contender, but I think this team could be a playoff team with Sam Darnold. Should I say that? I'm not going to go that far, but Tua means so much to the Dolphins. It does not work without him there. Yeah, they can find a different quarterback as well, but I just haven't seen this team. Like, I've seen it with Skylar Thompson and guys like that, and they're not the same. So I think Tua really needs to stay healthy and be available for this Dolphins explosive passing game.
Mike White can make it work. We already saw what happened with Brock Purdy last year. We already saw he missed, and the 49ers couldn't get their heads out of their rear ends. They were thinking about bringing in Phillip Rivers for the Super Bowl. That would have been an incredible sight to see. I know that pisses off Dan and Dago, but Brock Purdy's important to this. He doesn't turn the ball over. He makes plays. He moves them up and down the field. Their offense looks different without him in there. I think Sam Darnold, and I had said from the beginning that I thought Sam Darnold was going to be that backup. But I think that Sam Darnold wouldn't do as well as Brock Purdy has done. I think Brock Purdy I think he's mastered the Shanahan offense. He understands it, and we've already seen what happens without him in there. So I think Brock Purdy's the more important one to this scheme. If they want to compete against the 49ers, Brock Purdy has to be on the field.
I'm going to go with Fernando on that one. He is right. I think part of the reason I wanted to ask you guys this question is because they're both running the same kind of offense with Mike McDaniel and Kyle Shanahan, but you're seeing the difference that Brock Purdy is making for that 49ers team so far this season. We will find out what happens. So you guys are all tied up as we go to the next question. The Philadelphia Eagles have made the tush push or the brotherly shove an unstoppable play. Should the NFL make the play illegal after the season? And what's the better name for that play?
Gilbert, tush push illegal or not? And do you feel like what would you call it?
Yeah, I think for a while I was just used to the tush push, but that just sounds weird. I can't even say it. So I do like the brotherly shove. By the way, I was the reporter all over that story. Which name do you want to call it? Jalen Hurts doesn't care for either one. Jason Kelsey likes brotherly shove. So I'm gonna go with that one. Jason Kelsey knows what he's talking about. And in terms of all the sour grapes, the crying about the play, hey, Nick Sirianni told you guys like it is. We've seen the rest of the league try to do it because yeah, it's fair. You guys go all do it. Go ahead and try it. They're not executing at a high level. We've seen too many teams fail on a critical fourth down. This team, the Eagles, with Jason Kelsey leading the charge, Jalen Hurts, running the ball, they tend to get it right. 92%, I think I saw. So no, let them have the play, or let everybody have the play, because they can't do it. The Eagles can, and stop crying about it. Brotherly shove, by the way.
Yeah, I can't. I'm gonna have to agree with you there, just because I can't about the play being illegal. I think that's so stupid to me. It's just dumb. Like, why are you gonna make it illegal just because a team perfected something, did something right, and the way they're doing it perfectly? Everybody's trying to copy them, and they just can't do it. I mean, can you like? I saw the Chargers try and do it against the Raiders, and it was against the Raiders. They couldn't get it done, and their quarterback's 6'6". I mean, Jalen Hurts only 6'1". So yeah, I mean, they're trying to copy it. They can't. There's no way they should make this illegal. Stop it. Rex Ryan said he has the formula. Well, let's see it. How are you going to stop it? So yeah, I think that's dumb. Brotherly push would be funnier. I think that would be more. Brotherly shove just seems a little weird. I would go with the brotherly push. I think combining both names would be perfect for it. But yeah, I think it's so soft for them to be complaining about this play, and I've seen Dr. Florio on Pro Football Talk get mad about it, and I'm just like, that's so dumb. Like, just because this play is being perfected by one team, you're gonna argue about it? Like, go cry to your mama. Don't cry to me. Like that. That's not a rugby play. And I think there's a rugby player on the Eagles that came out and said, like, their left tackle, he's like, this isn't a rugby play. He's like, I played rugby. This is not what that is. And that's exactly right. Those guys like hug or whatever and then move piles like that. That's not what these guys are doing. So yeah, no, I'm with you. There's no way I would make this illegal. That's dumb.
I'm going to give that point to Fernando because you're right about the whole, it is not a rugby play, it is a football play. And just because they're perfecting it doesn't mean that you should take every time something gets really good, or like a team perfects a play, they seem to try to take it away just because the other teams can't do it.
Like Spygate, they tried to take that away because the Patriots were perfecting it.
Oh, yeah.
There you go, Fernando. So you're up 2-1 as we head to the next question. Question number 4, guys. The Broncos and Sean Payne have lost to 3 of their former head coaches and a ball boy so far this season. Josh McDaniels, Vic Fangio, Nathaniel Hackett, and Mike McDaniel. What's been the most embarrassing loss so far?
Gilbert, which Sean Payton loss has been the worst one this season?
Well, that's an easy one. I do like that Nathaniel Hackett got the win there, but it's a 50-point loss. You gave up 70 freaking points, 726 total yards to the ball boy and the former head coach Fangio and Mike McDaniel. So Sean Payton, you're on the other end of a terrible history achievement to get beat down. Easy, hands down. 70 points to 20 was the biggest loss for Sean Payton.
Gilbert, you came out and talked spit about your like the guy that was before you. You said he left this place as a crapshoot. You talked all that mess about him, and then you double down on it, and then a video comes out of you smoking, ripping a bong hit off of like with a 15-year-old, like this is so bad. And that offensive coordinator comes in, the quarterback defends him, then the quarterback gets hurt. They come in with the Manhattan MILF Hunter and they beat you. Like that's not a pretty sight. And then how did the game end? With a Russell Wilson fumble recovered for a touchdown. That is so bad. You just lost to Zach Wilson, who a couple of weeks ago didn't know what, like he couldn't get the ball moving down the field. They move the ball consistently. I have to go with the Nathaniel Hackett. When you talked about this man and you said he was one of the worst coaches in NFL history, and he came in and they took it seriously and they beat you. That is the worst loss in my opinion. But yeah, that was just embarrassing yesterday, or what happened on Sunday.
I'm gonna give that point to Gilbert because you're right. He beat two former head coaches in Vic Fangio and the ball boy in Mike McDaniel. But I thought the funniest thing about what you had to say, Fernando, was the whole thing about they made Nathaniel Hackett a player's captain. I've never heard that before,
Yeah.
but that was pretty hilarious. All right, guys, we're tied up as we go to our last question, and this is a pretty long question from me just because I have to make sure I explain it right. So the 49ers and Lions ran the exact same trick play on Sunday. If you have seen the 1994 football movie, The Little Giants, there's a play called The Annexation of Puerto Rico that the little nerd on the team tells John Madden about, that is similar to the trick play that was run by the 49ers and Lions. Now, the only difference is that the ball was supposed to go to the running back instead of the tight end. Having said all that, what is the best winning trick play in sports movie history? Also, I need to emphasize that the play they run to win the game in Little Giants, spoiler alert, is the Fumblerooski, and the annexation of Puerto Rico that the little nerd and Madden talk about was never actually run in the movie. So there you go, guys. Let me know what you guys, which one is your favorite trick play in a movie.
Gilbert, best trick play in a sports movie is.
Oh man, I'm gonna lose here. I already know it because I'm actually blanking on one of the biggest plays in a movie. Because you guys know I don't really care for memory when it comes to movies. I'm gonna say the Waterboy because I know there's a play in the Waterboy that I just can't remember. So they're trying to, prevent Bobby Boucher from taking over the game. They figure something out, and I forgot what it was, or they just took the playbook away from the guy.
The quarterback pitches it to Bobby Boucher. Bobby Boucher throws it back to the quarterback.
I knew you were going to help me
throws
out.
it down the field to the quarterback.
And that is my point there. Thank you, Fernando.
There's two I have. One is the Oop De Oop by In Varsity Blues. Because I remember he craps on him. He's like, it's called the Oop De Oop. He's like, you got a bad attitude and you don't listen. That's a great one. The other one that actually there's two that I love from this movie. So I can't pick one. I love in The Longest Yard when he's like, Turley, move your big ass over here. And he's trying to move the guys. It's for the 2-point conversion. And he's like, Coach, they don't know the play. And then they hike the ball to Michael Irvin. He throws it to him and to Adam Sandler, and he scores a touchdown. The other one is when they're all together and he goes set, and then everybody moves to the opposite, like everybody except for the center moves to the other side of the field, and they're all blocking for Michael Irvin to score a touchdown. So those are three of my favorite trick plays, but I just can't choose one. But I love the whole trick play dynamic they do in movies because I think that they should use it more in the game. I think it's fun when they use it because it's funny. By the way, that that Waterboy play that was used by the Chargers. LaDainian Tomlinson got the ball and he passed it to Drew Brees. Drew Brees scored a touchdown back in 2004. It was such a great play. Just fantastic.
Okay. You're going for extra credit. That's a lot of extra credit points right there for you.
Yeah, sorry.
Slow down.
Yeah, there's no debate here. Fernando wins this point. He gave us 3. We were only asking for 1. Yeah, so ding, ding, ding. You win, Fernando. Great job, especially with the movie references.
Appreciate it. Well, thank you so much. And obviously, don't forget to check out Compas on the Beat this week. But that has been Rapid Fire. Thank you so much, Victor Producer. Don't forget to check out everything else. Make sure you guys go back and check out the live that Gilbert and I did. We did 4 games from over the weekend. Obviously, no Charger game because the Chargers did not play. But Gilbert had some fun stories from the Eagles locker room. I knew I should have been at that damn game. But make sure next week you guys check out the live because Gilbert and I will be at SoFi Stadium. We'll see where we're at, how we do this, but we're excited for that live. And don't forget to check out everything else on Compas on the Beat Network. We appreciate you guys so much. But for the time being, Gilbert, it is almost Monday Night Football. We gotta go.